Welcome back to Love Tyrant Anime Review Part 3. This is discussing the last 4 episodes of the series, and these episodes adapt roughly almost 12 chapters. Yep, it adapts chapters 23 to 33, roughly 11 chapters. Yeah, mostly, now the last 2 episodes are simply put kind of like a two-parter. Now I thought originally 12 was simply just the anime original. Not really, no, there's a little bit of anime original stuff in there. Mostly it's a canon episode. Yep. Now what happens in these episodes? Well, the first one is simply put that Shigemi has basically decided to become a student at the high school that CG and Akane go to. I don't remember they actually named the high school in the series. No, they just simply have it there. And we also have it where there's a play coming up, and Shigemi's in the play along with Guru and Akane. Of course, Sanji basically really of course, thing is, Akane wants Sanji to kiss her because she's always constantly kissing him. It's like, okay, we have to get along with Guru. And Guru basically, if you get along with her, I ask him, it's like, okay, that part is never actually brought up again. So, Yuzu, of course, has started to develop feelings for Sanji. Mainly after accidentally falling on top of him and then kissing him. And then, well, her beating her head against her own desk, like her being nervous around him. Yeah, it's kind of confirmed that she definitely does have feelings for him. So when she does come back when they show up the actual play, and then like, okay. And the thing is, the 3 leads all played by women. Yes, the princess, the prince, and the knight and the rival. Because thing is, Akane insists that Guru be the rival, which makes perfect sense. And Yuzu, of course, despite the fact that, well, she admitted that she did kiss Sanji. Akane doesn't hate Yuzu for that at all. She perfectly accepts it. And then it's like, okay, gotta get that kiss gotta get along with Guru somehow. So she proceeds to make out with Guru in front of everybody. And they kind of go back and forth like, what? Okay. And then, of course, they follow up with this very next episode. Yes, kind of a weird one, to say the least. The very next episode is simply put. Now, they do cut out some stuff related to. Now, when they first start off the episode, we see Aqua one last time. She just appeared in episode 10. She has not appeared in the last 2 episodes. Nope, she's completely absent. Because she's not in the chapters in the manga. That's basically the reason why. They do cut out the beginning portion of this, where they show off Sanji's parents going off to some festival or whatever. Yeah, they cut that portion out of the anime because the thing is, Sanji's parents are barely featured in the anime. I think that they're featured in roughly, I think his mom was featured in like 2 episodes, and his dad was featured in like 1. I mean, Aqua featured a lot more than he has. Of course, she goes off, and she's not seen into the very end of the episode. And then, of course, Guru's already there. One by one, first we have Akane show, then Yuzu, and then Shigemi. And they all said they're going to spend the night. And they do cut a shopping trip that these 4 go on. Yes, the 5 are going on a shopping trip. They cut that out of the anime just so we could have later where, oh yeah, they're basically having some cooking. They have some bickering over the food. And then comes bath time. And of course, well, Guru brings up the common trope when basically we have a bathroom scene in a Japanese anime. We gotta have men and women basically sharing this thing. And, well, Guru is actually fully clothed. Now, this I thought was quite hilarious. She's gonna videotape Sanji in the nude. And then Akane basically comes in. She doesn't see anything. Though she does grab Guru by her cowlick on her head. Yeah, Guru's got a cowlick. And drags out, probably proceeds to stab her multiple times. And then later on, Sanji, of course, is very nervous when Akane comes out. Like, asks her, she says, I didn't see anything. And then, well, after they're talking, he gives her the kiss that he basically promised he would. And she is so happy with it. And then Yuru basically just bathes in the same bath while her sister basically bathed in. And, well, then, of course, Aqua comes home. And she's upset to seeing these. Oh yeah, also, Shigemi decided to apparently sleeps naked, and tries to hop on the same couch, share the same couch with, well, Sanji, yeah. He was being very polite, basically having the girls take his room while he sleeps on the couch. And apparently apparently Akane and Guru, Akane basically tried to stop her. Guru just sleepwalked there. Not Guru, Yuzu just sleepwalked there, and Guru just happened to be there. Then, of course, the very next day, Guru decides to follow on Aqua, takes on shopping, shows up that she used to have a girly side. Of course, she's a tomboy now. It's mostly a bit of a character over her. Now, there's something added to the anime was actually not in the manga, where Guru suggests adding Aqua to Seiji's collection of girls. He's like, no way, sister, no way, which makes perfect sense. And it's a good character piece for both Aqua and Guru, though Aqua does get away from her after being scared, by something coming, basically the giant penguin. Yeah, the penguin demon shows up again. And then of course, Kizaru, the one who basically kicked the form of the cat, where she creeped out by the form, and then of course the penguin shows up, tries to mate with her, but lucky enough that, he transforms into true form with simply just a head with wings, which of course Aqua has no problem with it. Fights him briefly, and Aqua decides to just kick him really hard, flies away. He does show up like one more time after this in the manga, but the anime, that's the last time we see him. And of course, Sanji shows up fashionably late, worried about her. And then we set us up with Guru, where sort of basically she's been sort of neglected. And that sets up stuff basically for the last two episodes of the series. First, you have Shigemi trying to break up the relationship between the class rep and a teacher. Well, it hasn't really progressed very much, but you know that they are in love with each other, but they can't exactly progress any further than that because of the whole aspect between teacher-student relationship and the fact she really wants to be married to him once she graduates high school. And it seems as though Shigemi basically tries to steal him away, and of course Sanji basically sees this and basically steals away so she doesn't break up a relationship, and kind of brings her to like a warehouse room just to talk to her. Though she proceeds to tie him up, basically use her special power that she has, is never actually explained, which sort of binds him, and she proceeds to make out with him constantly. And you think though that maybe Akane might come in to break up. And you see Guru out of the window, she's just looking at this, she doesn't do anything. Then Akane shows up, and of course she breaks the party up. And of course, everybody's worried where Guru is, because that's the reason why Guru has been declared missing. So, beginning portion of the episode, we see Sanji, we try to give her Guru with potato chips. That's complete, same from the manga, no change there. And then they find her outside the fence. And then he tells her she's a bother, and then she transforms into a demon right in front of him. Though she apparently dresses all black, because of course, basically, women turn evil, they turn black. Her hair changes color too, from the raven black color to platinum blonde. Also, she looks like she grew a couple inches. And her wings are actually bigger in the anime than they are depicted in the manga. Yeah, in the manga, they're like devil, like bat wings, very small ones. These ones look like but the same size as her angel wings. And so she uses this to traffic up couples that she basically set up. Look up, Sanji tries to stop her, that doesn't really work out too well. Yuzu, who sees her as Guru as her best friend, really wants to help her, which she does. And of course, Sanji wants to help. Akane's doesn't really want him to do it, but he proceeds to go, even after Yuzu calls Akane a dummy, which that is definitely from the manga. Don't worry, that is definitely not anime original. So they chase off and they go straight to hell. But how to get down there, they have to die. So Kazran proceeds to have them both die, and they meet Guru's father. Yuzu meets Guru's father for the first time, and he's like, "Oh, you're Yuzu. It's nice to meet you." Probably because he sees Yuzu as his daughter's best friend. And also, we get a little bit of development on the case of Guru, where it turns out that, and this is not something Emma made up, that her mother was in fact a demon. And apparently, both the devil and Guru will both love the same woman, but she ended up marrying God, and then he cheated on her, though they kind of got a confrontation about it later. Like, why did she in here? Like, I'm not telling you. And as far as I can tell, they never bothered to say anything about it. And we see the adorable little Guru basically try to ask for money so he can buy manga. I guess she's obsessed with manga. It's Japan. Manga is a big thing over there, so why not buy manga? Manga is kind of thing here too, but not as big as over in Japan. There is a particular fan base for it, yes. I buy manga. The only manga I buy is My Hero Academia. That's the one I currently buy. I have bought also Naruto and One Piece and Bleach. A little bit of each, but mostly I buy My Hero Academia because I love the manga and I wanted it to succeed. So, in order to basically go rescue Guru, well, they go down the hell, they go down the back doorway, though they also cut out the scene where they actually put on their suits that they actually wear to disguise. This works out for a bit. Of course, Shimi basically tries to, they go to like a room, which this part of the thing, where they're in this hotel room, this very expensive hotel room, that is also from the manga. A lot of this basically, from a lot of the episodes up until the last little bit is straight from the manga. So, no really much change here. And then she's able to go outside perfectly fine, does whatever she wants. And of course, well, we also have it where Curry basically, the current devil wants her to succeed him. He's like, nah, I have no interest in that. All I'm interested in is work. And then, of course, and then eventually they're finding out they're humans. And of course, Yuzu's being carried by by Sanji. And of course, then we see some smoke and a knocked out Cerberus. Yes, this is frickin' Cerberus. 3-headed dog. And Akane apparently knocked him up, beat him up off screen. And of course, she's very happy to see him. Of course, she makes it with him. And, they proceed to all go to rescue Guru. And, of course, at first, Akane tries to knock her in the head. And doesn't really work. Then, of course, Sanji basically admits to her, even after she kind of tried to hurt Yuzu, that she does want her around. He does want her around. He doesn't know how he feels about her. What does he want? What does she want from him? And she's like, I want your love. And apparently that turns her back to normal. And then she makes up with him a couple times. And everything was hunky dory. And of course, Shigami. They also the whole thing with her. They said just if she's on good behavior, they add to the collection of girls. And no, that never happens in manga. That was actually made from the anime. And so, of course, Akane chases her around. Everything's back normal. And that's where the anime ends. They actually don't show the scene where the devil, once again, basically is chastised for, what happened. They actually got the ending of this, and then they kind of go, a bit of anime. The end of the last little bit of the episode, right after Guru's turned back normal, the last, 5 minutes is all anime original. They get back, everything's all back normal, and they have Yuzu and Akane basically, meeting up with Sanji, taking him to school, and of course Guru and they all, get around him, and that's that. Interesting anime, though it's a little different what happened next right after this, because right after this he met Vima Fox Demon. Yep, that's what he did right after this. Though they never went any further than that, because the anime only adapted about 33 chapters of manga. Out of a 57 chapter manga, they didn't finish. Nope, they ended it right here. Unknown why they did. The series only aired about 3 years ago. I'm surprised they haven't brought it back yet. Is there a way this series could come back? Yes. It does leave it open. The ending basically was quite nice. I didn't have a big problem with it. I would not be surprised if somehow they decided to bring the series back and just finish up in the manga. There's only about 24 chapters left. Yes, they kind of skip over chapter 11, but that probably could be covered later time. But in case you're wondering how did the manga end compared to the anime, the manga ended with Sanji marrying Yuzo, Akane, and Guru. Yeah, he gets 3 wives at the end of the series. He does not marry Shizune, and Akane, in the case of Aqua, still sister, does not get joined the collection of girls. Yes, the manga had pretty interesting ends with me. Yes, it's the second manga in the row, basically, what I finished up, where it ends with a wedding. And same thing happened with Quintessa Quintuplets. I'm not going to say who the bride was in that one, but yes, that's how that manga ended too. Which, kudos, basically. That's interesting. The 2 manga in a row where I read where the last chapter is a wedding. Yep. But Love Tower is definitely a good series. I didn't mind the changes overall with this one. Like unlike with Omari Himari, which there was too much change. This one they cut little things out here and there, but it's still a great series overall. I think Monica Real did a fantastic job voicing Yuzu. I think Austin Tyndall, the guy who voiced Sanji, I think he of course did a great job. I know his name is pronounced a little differently in the anime. Like I pronounce Sanji because I kind of got the pronunciation from One Piece of how they pronounce the name. They pronounce it CG. I pronounce it Sanji. It's a different pronunciation, but it's spelled the same. So why not just call him Sanji instead of calling him CG? I know in the anime they call him CG, but I just call him Sanji. Yes, and this is by far the second anime I've watched where Austin voices the main character of the series because I don't come across this very often when it comes to Austin Tyndall. Usually, with the exception of this series, Tokyo Ghoul, usually he's voicing supporting characters. I mean, he was also in One Piece. He voiced the character of Iceberg. He was in My Hero Academia and even Black Clover voicing Leopold. Mostly he's known for voicing supporting characters, but this is the second one I've seen where he voices the lead character of a series. And yeah, and it seems as though all the series I've seen this guy in have all been adapted from manga. At least in the case of I'm trying to think of her name. I almost forgot her name. Monica Real. Yeah, in the case of her, she's actually been in a couple light novel adaptations, at least for her. Everybody else now, I forgot to mention this in the case of Yuzo's mother. She's voiced by Caitlin Glass, which I've heard in a few different series. Of course, the first one I heard of was One Piece. These are the series I've heard Caitlin Glass. Now, of course, Akane is voiced by Amber Lee Chambers. She was also in One Piece, My Hero Academia, High School DxD, Fairy Tail, Dragon Ball Super, Attack on Titan, Normal Smartphone, and of course, this series. Yep. For Austin Tyndall, this is the 10th series I've heard of him in. Last one was Saga Time Evil. Yep. But all in all, it's a good series. I would not be surprised at some point it does come back. I hope it does. Just so I can finish the manga. Because, unlike in the case of Mar Himari, we ended with a sort of a fillerish ending. At least this one ended with canon. Like, I think the last one I could think of that's not coming back, that ended with a canon episode. I mean, there's been a few basic. I think the last one I could think of that did that was Witchcraft Works. But that series was never dubbed. I kind of wish it was. It's a damn good series. Okay, so that's it for this particular review. I have a few videos coming today, also being Comic Corner today. I'll review the newest episode of One Piece. Yeah, no re-review for One Piece today. Yeah, I'm all done with rewatching One Piece for about a month until the next episodes come out. Also, Barzo as well, and I don't think My Hero Academia. I'll check it later, but I think My Hero Academia is taking a week off this week. So basically, about 3 videos. Okay, to see you next video. Bye.